Hi everyone. So today I'm just going to talk to you about some of the challenges and triumphs I faced when writing the book. I've just completed Abigail's Authors and Co.'s 5-day challenge on how to write and structure a book, and it brought up to me lots of things that I wanted to talk to you guys about launching your own book or launching your own chapter and how this can benefit your business. So first of all, when I was approached to write a chapter in the book, and if you don't know, sorry, it's back to front, but it's Courage is My Crown. I'll drop the link below, which was curated by Isma Pinks. She had this vision in mind to have courageous stories by a number of women in one book. And when she approached me, I was in the midst of having coaching, and I had basically decided at that point that I was going to say yes to a lot of opportunities and then do the worrying part later. So I said yes to this amazing opportunity. It was an investment, so I did make a payment towards it, and then I completely froze. So I'm just going to talk to you about my story and how I got writing and how I managed to get published and then go on to become a #1 best-selling co-author. So some pretty amazing things have happened from being a part of this book, but I just wanted to talk to you from a personal level how this can help you. And if it's something that you've been thinking about doing a little while, maybe this is something that you can reach out to Abigail or reach out to the team at Authors&co or reach out to me, and I can advise accordingly. So I've just finished a 5-day challenge because I'm about to launch another book with Authors&co. My experience working with them was absolutely phenomenal. They've been Abigail's absolutely amazing. She was really giving. We had our own little group and we would often discuss ideas and time frames. Obviously when there's a lot of people involved in one book, it takes a lot of time and effort on the publisher side to collate everything, but the biggest challenge that I faced was as soon as I'd said yes and paid my payment, was I then got writer's block. I had stifling fear inside of me of what on earth was it that I was going to share, and was my story really worth getting out there? So I had a big problem with imposter syndrome, and this is why I've included both Chocolate PR and Authors&co into the business startup program, because both of these lovely ladies actually and both teams really helped me to get my story out there and made me feel really confident with putting my story out there and why it's so necessary to do that, especially from this is the first of its kind as a Muslim women book, so it's really important to get something like this out there because there's a niche and a readership for it. It's a book that I personally would go and look for in my downtimes. I would go to a bookshop and thought, God, I wish I could just find a book with women with a similar background to me that I could relate to, and it was really difficult to find a book like that. So it was really dear to my heart. But when I was asked to actually write my chapter, I couldn't, and for a long time I really battled with myself, my limiting beliefs, the challenges that I faced personally. I didn't know how to pop them into a book because obviously I'd had some experiences. I didn't want to mention certain names, and that's really important, and I didn't understand the process behind that. So I got in touch with the lovely Lucy Crane, who also works with Authors&co, who gave me some amazing advice, absolutely amazing advice. And I think at that time, because I was having the coaching combined with the Dare to Be Seen challenge with Chocolate PR, it really just meshed together with the support that I had from the publishers Authors&co to just really get my story out there. So there's a few processes I went through, and I want you to know, if you go through this, if you've said yes to a book and you go through this process, you are absolutely 100% normal. There's nothing wrong with you, okay? You just need to learn the steps to power through and understand the mindset of why getting your story out is really powerful and really important to your readers and your future clients, if that's who you're aiming for, or other people who need your services. So when initially I spoke to Lucy, I was absolutely terrified of getting my story out there. Now, if you read my story, you won't understand why I was terrified of getting my story out there. But for me and for my own personal self, it was a really big challenge. I honestly had a huge problem with imposter syndrome. I had a huge self-esteem issues at that time when I was having coaching, and you know, I'd said yes to this amazing opportunity because I was like, you know what, this is the year that I'm going to change the way that I do things. But it was a real, it doesn't make it any less challenging just because you say yes to stuff. So what I will say first is work on your limiting beliefs and work on your mindset. That's the biggest thing. Understand that this book that you've decided to do, whilst it's your chapter, it's not just about you. You're literally putting this out there to serve your people. There are people out there that have gone through similar or are going through similar things to you that think that there's no way out and that they can't succeed, or they won't be able to manage, or they won't get through this. And what they need to know is that you're out there, you've been through it, you've succeeded, and you've managed to get through this. So if that's one reason just to get your story out there, that's just enough of a reason in itself. Secondly, I didn't realise actually how many people would reach out to me after reading my chapter and say, I totally relate to you. It was really refreshing, and it's brought a lot more confidence with me, with my posture, and when it comes to my business. So that was a really powerful thing. Thirdly, we managed to make best-selling co-authors on number one best in like several categories I shared at the time, which is a huge achievement. And actually I didn't realize how much of a huge achievement that actually is until what I was doing with the work with Dare to Be Seen, Chocolate PR, and Joe Swan, that how much of a impact that a story like this, or the fact that you've become a best-selling co-author from somebody who's really struggling with their own self-esteem and has gone through so many challenges in their life, how much that can touch other people's life. And as a result of that, I published a blog post in Thrive Global. And for those of you that don't know, Thrive Global is a massive publishing space for a range of people. But the process that I went through with Dare to Be Seen, with Joe, that's Dare to Be Seen is what the program is called, by the way, that's why I keep referring to it, with Chocolate PR, with Authors&co, they all made that so much easier. And what I will do is actually link the blog post below, because I think it's really important you understand the impact of combining your coaching. Because whilst Chocolate PR, they do offer an amazing package with regards to helping you write a media bio, doing a press release, and all of that. And the same with Authors&co, they're there to help you publish your book, but they do so much more than that. They help you to work on your mindset and actually understand why your story is so important to get out there, and the amount of impact that you're going to make. And I'm so grateful that at that time they did that for me, because that's what has made my business today and has moved me forward with my confidence and everything else. So if you haven't read the book, please do reach out to me, and I can send you details and stuff about that. But what I will say is, if you're thinking about writing a book and you just need a chat about it, let me know, let Abigail know, let Joe know from Chocolate PR. They're all businesses that are there to support you, and they are excellent in what they do. So it's really important to understand that your message needs to be heard, and it's really important that you understand that. So I just wanted to share that as my own experience. I'm now following on to write a micro book, and I do hope to actually write my own full-size book probably next year or the year after. So I've got a goal of doing that, but it's all taken stages for me to do that. And I want you to know that if it's something that you've been thinking about, please do reach out to me, and I can have a chat with you and help you through anything that you're going through. Thanks very much.